There it is. And what's going on? Replay viewers. Let's see who tunes on in. Activity 79, first one in the room, and Julie B.O.G., welcome. Good to see you. Sally Skipico, welcome. And Pittsburgh Living, good to see you. Good to see you, John Burke and Robin, welcome. Good to see you, the ABX girl, welcome. And NYC girl, welcome. Good to see you, Susan Barry and Julie B.O.G., welcome. Good to see you, Jair, out there in San Antonio, and For Reals, welcome. Good to see you, Stephanie Gray and Darlene W., welcome. Good to see you, Brian Bell and Melly B., welcome. Good to see you, Mr. and Mrs. Metalhead Warrior up there in the Hudson Valley, and Lee, good afternoon. Good to see you, Land Rover 1965, and CB Earth Day over there in the Netherlands, welcome. GC Travel and Vlogs watching down there in North Carolina, welcome. And Mark Freeman down there in Texarkana, welcome. Good to see you, Stephanie Gray. Stephanie, thank you so much for signing the petition. And you'll be joining us for the virtual meeting. That's a beautiful thing, Stephanie. Appreciate that. Good to see you, Stephanie Gray. Good to see you, Rainier, welcome. Aloha. And Memsatobe, welcome. Cleveland Rocks. Good to see you, Steve LaPont and Arjun Lawaha, welcome. Good to see you, Nicole, welcome. And I am doing great today, Julie. I hope you're doing great as well. Good to see you, Janine, welcome. And Jay Chulo, welcome. You want a hot Nathan's dog, Darlene? There you go. Good to see you, Sebastian Echkavera, welcome. And Christian Sanchez asks everyone, did everybody see the Ratatouille movie? Who cares, Christian? Good to see you, Lorraine Raymond and M8R, welcome. Good to see you, Jerry and Lisa UK Girl, welcome. Good to see you, Disco Ball Glitter and Les Noset, Kia Ora. Good to see everybody, people. It is January 15th, 2025. We're back in the neighborhood of Coney Island, and we are here today to talk about the proposed Coney development, or the Coney. The Coney is a massive development project, and I'm going to show you what it's going to look like here on the ground here in Coney Island. But good to see you, Michelle King, welcome, and welcome. And it's freezing island, Steve. Steve, I just came out from the Freak Bar. I was just having a coffee in there, and yeah, it is cold out here now. Okay, Christian, okay, dude, Christian, can you go watch somebody else, Christian? Like, dude, like, seriously, man, he's just in his own little world. Good to see you, Mercy Drive, welcome. Good to see everybody, people. Good to see you, greetings from the train. Hope to join me later. Congratulations on 21K. I appreciate that, RoboJax. Thank you so much out there in London. Good to see you, Ollie. Yeah, it's cold out here, man, it's cold out here. It is freezing after being inside the nice warm Freak Bar for the last couple of hours, and now I'm out here in the cold. It's cold, man. It is cold. But welcome to the show. Exactly. Stay focused or leave. So, Julie, I want to have that as a t-shirt. Thank you so much for a great t-shirt idea, Julie. Stay focused or leave. It is very windy, Ollie. Yes, it is very windy. Good to see everybody, people. My 21,000 subscribers special here is to talk about the Coney Island casino here. Yes, single digits on Friday. I know it's going to get cold, ABX girl. It's going to get even colder than what it is right now. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Hey, it's good to see you. Good to see you, John the Beagle Dad. Welcome. Good to see everybody. You want that t-shirt? See me Earth Day? Me too. I want to stay focused or leave shirt too. Good to see everybody, people. What will the proposed Coney Island casino project is going to look like? I'm going to show you that. We're going to walk around the amusement district now, and I'm going to show you some renderings here on the ground, and we'll walk around and we'll see what the contrast to it. So I want to be a little bit focused today because time is of the essence. And it's plenty of seats out here because it's freezing cold, Robin. But casinos are never a good idea. But so I'm going to show you guys the proposed development and what it's going to possibly look like on the Coney Island area here. Good to see you, Danette. Welcome. I hope you're staying nice and warm for me. But here is a picture of the development zone. Now, please keep in mind that as you see, Nathan's is surrounded by this casino project. This project, this area right here next to Nathan's is not part of the development project because it is not owned by Thor Equities. These are the two properties of the Clam House and Williams Candy. So they are not a part of the proposed project, even though Thor Equities put that in their scheme there. So this map is actually incorrect, but this has a rough estimate of what it actually, the land of scope, if you will, the scope of the project here. We will go on to slide number 2, which is a more comprehensive illustration here. This is the proposal of what's called the Coney. And the Coney, it comprises of 3 main structures: a 16-story building, a 20-story building, and a 40-story building. The 40-story building will be immediately to the north of the Wonder Wheel. So if you get this 40-story hotel building built, while you ride the Wonder Wheel, you would literally be staring at a building the entire time. Also, the Coney features what is supposedly a rooftop park on the 20-story and 16-story tall building. Now, these are all just to the north of what's called a new mapped street called Wonder Wheel Way. Wonder Wheel Way was created back in 2010 when they rezoned the entire amusement district here in Coney Island. And what they want to do, what the developers of the Coney want to do, is they want to demap Bowery. And we're going to walk down Bowery also. But Bowery is a historic street that dates back all the way to like the 1880s, 1870s. And exactly, you wouldn't get an ocean view when you're walking along Surf Avenue. And more importantly, Surf Avenue would be cast in shadow pretty much the entire day if this development is built. So it's going to ruin the history. It's going to ruin the character of the neighborhood. And here's a more detailed plan. This is looking from the Surf Avenue side here of what they want to build. So we're going to go look at these vistas here. As you see, the Thunderbolt is in the rendering, but we're now pretty much sitting down right behind the 16-story and the 20-story building will be right around me right now. The project features two sky bridges linking all 3 properties together as one cohesive wall of property. So what we're going to do now is we're going to walk around the amusement district, and I'm going to show you some of the views that will drastically change if this project gets built. So let's hope the project does not get built, ladies and gentlemen. But welcome. Good to see you, Lorraine Raymond. Welcome. It's a little bit of a serious live stream today. So if I'm a bit of a hard ass, it's because this is a very important project to defeat. Because what you're changing, and you're going to hear me, if you hear me on the Pix 11 tonight, I will be on the Pix 11 news tonight. I'm talking about character of the neighborhood. What is the character of the neighborhood? In Coney Island, the character of the neighborhood is sunlight. And especially in these winter days, sunlight is very important. So what we're going to do now is let's walk to our first rendering point here. And that's going to be Stillwell Avenue. Good to see you, Nicole. Yeah, it's very unnecessary. We need to build a reimagined Pavilion of Fun. This is what we need to do. If you ever look up Pavilion of Fun for Steeplechase Park, we need to rebuild that. But good to see you, Diana Lee. Welcome. Yeah, and there's a petition that you could sign. And go to, No Coney Museum. Oh, man. So it's going to be the 10 o'clock news, ABX girl. Actually, I might be on at the 5 o'clock. So, but most likely the 10 o'clock or the 6 o'clock. And there you go, Batman. All right. Oh, man, it's windy out here. The wind has really picked up in the last couple of hours. So thus I am freezing. Here we are, Nathan's, everybody. Let's go to the first rendering picture, the rendering view here. And does a little guy ever win? Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes the little guy wins. Sometimes. But we need more rides. We need a Pavilion of Fun. That's what we need. Let's head across the street over here because this is our first rendering here. again, you're talking about a 20-story building, a 16-story building, and a 40-story tall building. And it will drastically change the character of the neighborhood. But more importantly, it's going to cast Surf Avenue here in a shadow. If you have massive buildings right here with featuring a sky bridge, you're going to block all that sunlight. In the summertime, I'm sorry, well, also in the summertime, but also in the wintertime, the sun rises roughly in this direction here. So this will always be in shadow. And then in the summertime, the sun sets over there. So if you have a massive building here, the beach would be in shadow pretty early in the day. But what we're going to do is we're going to go across the street here. This is the Stillwell Avenue subway station here. And we're going to go to our first rendering here. And I did not expect the wind to build up this much, but it did. But yeah, virtual meeting tonight, 7 o'clock. I'm hoping to rebroadcast it on the YouTube channel here. So let's see what happens. But this is our first viewpoint. So here we are. Woo hoo hoo hoo! The wind is so strong. It's strong, the wind. So now here we are, Stillwell Avenue, Stillwell and Surf. We're looking towards this way here. So the development will be behind Nathan's and on this corner right here. How big will it be? Well, let me show you. Good to see you, Travis Weeks. Welcome. Good to see everybody, people. Let me show you. Let's go to rendering number 1. This is our view from Stillwell Avenue. And please forgive me, it is really cold out here. But this is what it would look like. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Look at this. Could you imagine a massive building, 171 feet tall, pretty much blocking the entire view going towards the south here? So again, this is the renderings that we're about to see this afternoon are just the square footage. We're not looking at the signage, we're not looking at windows, we're not looking at any architectural elements of the building. All we're looking at right now is just the square footage. But this is what it will be. Looking out down Stillwell Avenue, you will get this massive 4-story tall sky bridge that goes right across Stillwell Avenue. And then, of course, over here is your 20-story tall building, which will be in this area here. But exactly, if this gets approved, we just might as well kiss Coney Island goodbye. But again, this is, we're not, what you're seeing here is not the building rendering itself. You're seeing just the square footage. All right, so we're just looking at the square footage of the project. But as you see, it does create a wall. So in order to get down to the beach, you got to go past this thing here. And yeah, so this is behind Nathan's would be the 16-story tall. So no, the sugar store, its sugar is not necessarily historic. And this building was always meant to be temporary. But yeah, this is what the first rendering here looks like. And as you see, again, it destroys the character of the neighborhood. That's what you want to basically maintain. What is the character of a neighborhood? Let's go to our next rendering point here because it is really freaking cold. Good to see you, Din Din. Welcome. So again, as we walk down Surf Avenue, remember that you have here basically a wall of buildings that's going to block Surf Avenue from the beach. And this will all be in this area right here. Good to see you, Phyllis. Welcome. Again, we're not looking at the actual architectural elements of the building. We're looking at the raw square footage of the building. So we're not actually looking at what the building may look like. We're just looking at the raw square footage that they want to build in the development area. Now, in 2010, there was a rezone of the amusement district, where they created a new street called Wonder Wheel Way. And the idea of this development is to demap the Bowery Street, make that into private property so they could build taller, and then the development go from Surf Avenue to Wonder Wheel Way. But good to see you, Hala. Welcome. The rendering is pretty amazing. Pretty crazy. Good to see you, Mark. Welcome. So now we are at, this is West 12th Street. And West 12th Street, of course, this is where our Coney Island Museum is. And that is a landmarked building. But now, let's imagine a massive 44-story building right here on this empty lot. And that's basically a building from Bowery all the way to Surf Avenue. So basically completely blocking the view. Right now, if the building was built, we would not be able to see the Wonder Wheel. Good to see you there, Dave and Bangor, man. Welcome. So now, what would this look like here? What would a massive structure here behind the museum? So this is landmarked and this is landmarked. This is not leaving. But everything from the El Dorado down to its sugar is part of the development here. What would it look like? Well, let me show you. This is pretty extensive here, because if you could imagine, you will have the building here come right out. And as you see, West 12th Street becomes basically a tunnel. And as you see, here's Coney Island, USA. This is where the museum is. Here's where the Freak Bar is. And this is completely dwarfed by the development. Completely dwarfed by the development. Can't see anything else. Can't even see the Wonder Wheel. Can't even see the Wonder Wheel anymore. But can you imagine a massive structure like this being built right here on West 12th Street? It's kind of crazy. And it kind of doesn't make any sense, but like, look at this vista here. Imagine, let's get a little bit further out into the street here, because I don't think any traffic's coming down. But yeah, here we go. We could perfectly recreate the rendering right now. Look at that. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Good to see a sunshine after rain. Again, what you're seeing, these renderings, what you're seeing here is not the actual architectural design of the building. This is only basically a schematic of the footprint. So this is the footprint that they want to get approved. So now we're standing here at West 12th. The 40-story tall building would be right here. And again, this is only a rendering of of the zone that they want to build. But it's gonna tower over the neighborhood. What corner is this here? I think this is the corner of Surf and Stillwell again. This is looking down Surf Avenue. As you see, it's just so big. And little Coney Island, USA is just all alone in that. But this whole sky here would be dominated by buildings here. You wouldn't be able to see anything other than the building. But now, let's go to probably one of the more important aspects of this. Let's go to one of the more important aspects of this. And this is the Bowery. Exactly, Sausage Finger. Good to see you. So now, let's head over to Bowery. In order for this project to get built at the current scope that they want to build it at, they have to take away a street. They have to demap a street. And that street they want to demap is called Bowery Street. How does the community feel about it? No, they don't like it. Now, we did get a proposal recently voted down. That's the proposal to build a casino at Hudson Yards. That was recently defeated. I believe last week that was defeated. Good to see you, Cats. Welcome. Good to see everybody, people. So now we're on Bowery. This is Bowery. We are now on the other side of the development. We are now on the other side of the development. Again, we're now on this side of the development here. We're right on the other side of here of the Wonder Wheel here. But now, we would be basically underneath the building right here. We would be underneath the building here. But more importantly, if they get rid of a Bowery, which we're standing on right now, let's go back to the other map of this. As you see, West 12th Street becomes a parking entrance. So what's going to happen here is that you come down West 12th, you see where that dotted red line is? That's West 12th Street. And they want to demap this part of West 12th Street and demap Bowery. Only thing that's going to stay is Jones Walk. And we'll go walk down Jones Walk here in a moment. But what's going to happen is this is going to be an entranceway here. You will come in. They're going to use Bowery right here as a kind of a walkthrough. So this will all be, imagine you're going into a building right here. You're going inside of a building right here. And then right next door over here, this is going to be the drop-off loop. This is going to be a bus and rideshare loop. The cars and the buses come in through here and they loop around right here. And then this is where everybody gets dropped off. This is also a ramp that's going to take you underground for a parking garage. So this whole area right here will be completely dominated by the structure. Now this structure goes all the way down. We're going to walk all the way down to the new street created in 2010 called Wonder Wheel Way. But imagine, you're riding the Wonder Wheel. The Wonder Wheel is about 150 feet tall. And you have a 44-story building right there. You'll be looking at a building the entire time. Right? It's like the Biff version of Back to the Future, right? This is Wonder Wheel Way here. So this will remain amusement, but as you see in the rendering here, this is also considered, the rides will be removed for future development. So there is a possibility that the amusement district will get shrunk down even more than the 2010 zoning approval, and they will take down what's called Scream Zone, these two lots over here. But can they remove the Wonder Wheel? No, the Wonder Wheel is landmarked. Good to see you there, John. You can be pissed off all I want. If the right people got paid off, it's got to happen. That's what a lot of the pessimism that I'm hearing, a lot of people are saying. But again, if the community comes together and clearly the community is against this project, then it's not going to happen. And again, in order for a key thing to happen, they have to demap Bowery. And that is what is under the proposal tonight. And the final vote's going to happen next Wednesday. Can they demap Bowery? Because they get the air rights. Now this all remains. This all remains right here. But it's across the way that doesn't. I was not expecting the winds to pick up this much, but they are. It has gotten very windy out here. But again, this could, a lot of the pessimism, they should build on the other side of Surf Avenue. It's not zoned for that, John. It's not zoned for that. So what we're trying to do, what developers are trying to do here is reimagine C7 zoning, amusement zoning. This area has been zoned C7 for a very long time, since the 60s, since the 50s. Good to see you, Robert. Good to see you, Kirk. Welcome. Amusement's kind of like an open-ended thing, so good to see you, Jose. Welcome. But now we're back on Bowery. This is Bowery right here. And this is where the 40-story building will be built. So when you ride the Phoenix, when you ride the rides here in Dino's, you'll be staring at a massive building right here. And that's clearly not going to be good. Now this part of Bowery, this actual portion of Bowery does remain because because of Dino's. But again, imagine you have a wall of buildings blocking the Wonder Wheel. Not exactly the best way to create an area that provides a lot of sunlight. But let your voice be heard. Sign the petition at coneyisland.com/no-casino. But now let's walk down Jones Walk, because the whole building will be right here. This is all property here. All the dilapidated property you see is FOR Equities. So this is all the property, all this dilapidated property you see here. What we need to build right here is a big pavilion of fun, an indoor amusement area that could be open year round. How about an indoor water park? Well, how nice would be a multi-level water park, right? You could build that in this one lot right here. You could build a little water park right here with shops and retail, as maybe a small theater, event space that could be run year round. Now, obviously, Luna Park here to my right-hand side, this will remain. Good to see you, photos. Welcome. But this is the development zone right here. Joe Sit FOR Equities has kept this area like this for 14, 15 years now. All to basically get the zoning variance. But it will completely dominate this area. And again, permanently putting Stillwell Avenue and Surf Avenue over here in shadow. Who is this billionaire anyway? His name is Joe Sit of FOR Equities. And if you look at Joe Sit's history of his development projects, most of them have failed. Most of them have failed. Joe Sit's probably biggest contribution to the New York City skyline is adding the new light package on the Empire State Building. So you see those crazy lights on the Empire State Building, how they change color and everything? That's Joe Sit, that's FOR Equities. But I'm pretty sure FOR Equities no longer owns or controls Empire State Building anymore. I think they sold that a few years back. But that's what Joe Sit did. That's probably his biggest contribution. But what we need here in Coney is a reimagined pavilion of fun. Build something that's 6, 8 stories tall. Can we build a high-tech dark ride, and the dark rides are curated by New York City or international artists? Have a new dark ride every 6 to 8 months. You know what I mean? Let's head up onto the boardwalk because it is cold. Also, we're coming up to sunset. So let's, casinos bring, besides crime, various levels of crime, prostitution and, alcohol and gambling dysfunction. People are, it's not exactly the most nice vice to bring this area. But to build a massive development like this, right in the middle of everything, it's not going to really work out. Most people who come down here are not coming here with the idea of gambling in mind. And don't forget, there has been plenty of surveys done. Thanks for signing the petition, Mark. There have been plenty of surveys done in other casinos around the world that prove that people who go to casinos stay inside the casino. They don't necessarily spend their money in other places and other attractions in the area. They just stay in the casino and leave. Good to see you, Sarah. Welcome. Neville, thanks for signing the petition. KK13, welcome. It is cold out here, people. It is cold. Well, good to see everybody, people. Let's go catch a sunset, and we can talk more about this proposal. But yeah, it's pretty scary, the scope of the proposal and what they want to build. The proposal also creates what's called convention space, but like I don't think a convention center is going to happen. Is there a possibility for this thing to be stopped? Well, KF Designs, here's the deal. Right now we're still in the public discourse part of the project. So people are, you know, we're debating it right now. And the community board and then ultimately city council have to approve the demapping of a street, and that's taking away a street away from everyone and creating a private property. Good to see I love the 80s. Exactly, it's going to destroy the history that is here in Coney. It really will. Okay, that sun's getting low in the sky. Thanks for signing it, Mary McHugh. Appreciate it. Here we are. See, communities are what? You know, it's character, right? Neighborhood character. And for Coney, what is the character of Coney? Sunshine. Jennifer, thanks for signing the petition. Yeah, no, you didn't leave the casino. Also, look at the area away from the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Look at what it has become. Who is to say that's not going to happen here? Again, here we are. We're on the boardwalk. Could you imagine walking down the boardwalk and having a massive structure right here as the background to everything you're looking at? Could you imagine that? It'll be all right there in the background, filling up that sky. This whole thing, this whole vista would be building right here. Tom Y, thank you so much for signing the petition. It completely dwarfs the Wonder Wheel. You will lose the views of Manhattan if you build this thing. Good to see you, Marty. And I love the 80s. Welcome. Which way is this wind coming from? This wind's coming from the north here. Got to try to keep the wind at my back here. But like this is probably like the biggest change is right here. Because as we look towards the Wonder Wheel here, looking north, the whole background here, imagine a 40-story building right here, right there. Good to see you, Pittsburgh Living. Thank you so much for signing the petition. Thank you so much, Coaster Kid. Good to see you, Coaster Kid. Thank you so much for signing the petition. Marty, thank you so much for signing the petition. But to change a whole area here is not exactly, wow, signed it in your mom's memory. She loved Coney. Wow, Mary, thank you. Yeah, no, history is more important, Felix. And thank you so much, Felix, for signing the petition. To change the character of a neighborhood, once you build it, you're never going to get this back. Rune Sand, welcome. So another part of the idea is in these two sections right here, in the section that's built on the other side of West 12th Street here, and then further down to Stillwell Avenue, you have the 20-story tall building and the 16-story tall building. These will supposedly have a rooftop access, and that's where the amusement component is supposedly going to come into. I don't think that's going to get built. If you build this, I'm telling you, they're not going to build public access onto the roof of those buildings. They're not. Supposedly, you're able to take escalators up there. That ain't going to happen, believe me. I'm telling you. Thanks for signing it there, Neville. Appreciate it. You can sign it online. Yes, you can. Yeah. Exactly, for reals, exactly. Exactly, yeah, Warriors comes to mind. Well, some of those vistas created in the movie The Warriors will be gone forever. It got really freaking cold out here, people. Holy cow. It is freezing out here. It is really freaking cold. I was not expecting it to get this cold. It is really cold out here. So go to coneyisland.com/no-casino. I am feeling better, Felix. Thank you so much. coneyisland.com/no-casino. Just go to coneyisland.com and you could probably find the link right there to sign the petition. But we're in the public discourse part of the process here. As you see, even on a cold day, still people out here. So again, Teresa, it has not been approved, so we do not know when this monstrosity will be completed. We don't know if it's going to be built to the way it is. There is a smaller version of this. If they don't get the Bowery, if they don't get to DMAP Bowery, there is a smaller version of this that they're going to try to push through also. But there's the link, Darlene. Appreciate that. Go to coneyisland.com/no-casino. And goddamn, that sun's behind clouds. That sun is behind clouds. Yeah, we do need the Let's Go Mets people to fight this. But unfortunately, a lot of the people are. There are a lot of people, you know, it's kind of funny. There are people who are, the majority of people who are for this project don't live here in the community. And now that I could say I lived here in the community for the last 3 years, yeah, we need something better, more for families. Thank you so much for signing it. Who signed it there? Good to, Michelle, thank you so much for signing it. Beautiful sky, yes indeed. Dwayne up there in Alberta, Canada, welcome. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. What we need is a pavilion of fun. Look it up, everyone. Look up Pavilion of Fun at the old Steeplechase Park. That's what we need to build. We need to have a reimagined Pavilion of Fun. An amazing indoor structure that has rides and it does, you know what? Even in City Field, I don't think it makes sense, photos, because you're right there next to a residential community. I think City Field would be much better served with a nice landscaped park. So, you know, they could still have parking there for the games and stuff. Put that underground. But then build a nice park on the top that everyone could enjoy. Maybe even a small amusement park you could put there too. A casino with a hotel, not so much. Right, Mark? I want to see that too. Yep, that's very true, Neville. Very true. But we see what casinos did to Atlantic City. Exactly. No, casinos generally aren't great. I mean, there's been plenty of surveys documenting that when you build a casino, for the most part, it only extracts wealth from a community. Yeah, no, I don't think a casino belongs in City Field either. Well, the parking's going to go underground, so it would be underground parking. Oh, awesome, RoboJax. I'm happy you're home. Yeah, downtown casino. Yeah, all the worst kind of people, right, Darlene? All the unsavory types. Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, John, yeah, Atlantic City was shit before the casinos came in. The casinos came in, they added, you know, new development, but then once you were able to gamble in other places, everybody stopped coming to Atlantic City. You know, Danette, I've seen pictures of Atlantic City in its heyday, and it was pretty amazing what it used to be. And I mean, again, you could have, you know, at proper scale, hotels, amusements, you know, event centers. You know what I mean? You could have that stuff, but it's all about scale, and it's all about, you know, enhancing a community, not dominating a community. But yeah, it's a vacation spot. So now we're here. This is Steeplechase Park here. Good to see a Big Bang. No, we don't need that in our community. Exactly, Big Bang. We need more activities for family and kids. This is an amusement district, not a gambling district. But right here where Maimonides Park stands here today, this was the former site of Steeplechase Park. Steeplechase Park was here from the 1890s till about 1963. And right here where Maimonides Park is would have been the Pavilion of Fun. When the first iteration of Steeplechase Park burned down, George C. Tillieu rebuilt a big chunk of his new rebuilt park inside the Pavilion of Fun. And this would have been a massive barn-like building, and that barn-like building had rides and restaurants inside of it, and around the restaurant would have been the second iteration of the Steeplechase ride. So it was pretty amazing. And this is all Steeplechase Park, all this parking lot over here, which is, by the way, this could be developed. Supposedly they're going to develop this into residential property, supposedly, and a new parking lot. But this can also be turned into more of the amusement zone if they were smart about it. Do I have a dictator rated for cultural heritage that can protect? No, I do not, Rune Sand. No, I do not. All I am is a licensed New York City tour guide. That's all I am. Yes, indeed, Dwayne. Yes, indeed. Let's see if this picture here has the Pavilion of Fun. I always keep forgetting about this. I don't think it does. Or it might, actually. Let's see. No, Astroland was where Luna Park is today. Run, run, run. Oh yeah, it's in this. So in this picture here, we have the original Thunderbolt ride, but you see this big building right here? This is the Pavilion of Fun right here. So you had rides and everything like that inside of it, and then around the base of it, going in and out of this building, would have been the second iteration of the Steeplechase ride. We need to reimagine this building right here and build that in the empty lots that are here in the amusement district. We could retain Bowery Street and all that good stuff and have new amusements. But for reals, with a €6 super chat. For reals, thank you so much for the very generous €6 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's €6 club. Much, much, much appreciated with a big €6 super chat. Retired in Florida. Thanks for subscribing. Who loves you, baby? There you go. But yes, thank you so much for reals with a big €6 super chat. No, no, no to the casino. Yes, indeed. No, no, no to the casino, baby. We got to stop this monster. Now, I'm hearing a lot of pessimistic people say, well, you know, it's already a done deal. And you know, perception is ultimately how this project is going to get defeated. Because if you already perceive that something is a done deal, then guess what? It's going to be a done deal. But if you fight and organize with your community, yes, you can stop something that will change the character of a community forever. But retired in Florida, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Thanks for subscribing. Good to see everybody, people. Okay, let's enjoy the sun. It's going to go behind clouds. That sucks. The sunset here is going to go behind clouds. You only get the sunsets on this side of the beach here during winter. In the summertime, if you guys remember, the sunset goes way over there. Well, I mean, yes, so it has to go through, so this project has to be approved by the community board and city council, and then ultimately go to the, what's it called, the zoning commission. I forget what it's called. Yeah, gotta get, gotta get the Let's Go Mets strummers here. Yes, indeed, Trisha. Good to see you, Trisha. All right, let's, yeah, it's true, Disco Ball, yeah. Disco Ball, that's a whole other can of worms. Good to see you, RJ. Welcome. Good to see everybody, people. All right, into the wind I look into now as the sun goes down here in Coney. So hopefully we save the amusement district, ladies and gentlemen. We save our amusement district, and we can save Coney for future generations. Good to see you, James. Welcome. I'm happy you signed the petition too, Mark. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who has signed a petition today and in the past. So thank you guys so much. It is stunning. Stunning and beautiful. Yes, indeed. That's yeah, and that project is not stunning and beautiful. Exactly, photos. Screenshot material, baby. Beverly Smith. Good to see you, Beverly. Can I make this the thumbnail? I think I could, photos. Yeah, I think I can. Because this is what you want to see, right? You want to see this. You don't want to see a massive building like this get built, right? You don't want to see that. You don't want to see this, right, guys? We don't want to see that. We want to see a lovely, beautiful vista with a gorgeous beach. Look at that, sun's going right behind those damn clouds. That's what we want to see, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to lose this. Jose Torres, welcome to the show. Welcome. Yes, indeed, Ethan. Down goes the sun. Autumn Alluring, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well on this Wednesday. Already halfway through the month of January. Coaster Kid, beautiful view, right, guys? Beautiful view. Let's take it in. Let's enjoy it while we still can. You know, over the years, Coney Island became a test bed for residential developments, and we are now reaping the results of that. Massive projects, massive development projects, which are not at human scale, very imposing buildings all around the west end of Coney, which kind of breed crime and dysfunction. And unfortunately, there's a lot of dysfunction here in Coney. Do you like how the wind is carrying the sand? It looks pretty, but it's really cold. Deb, I'm glad you're watching this view at home because it is really cold out here, guys. It is really cold out here. So, Miso Griffith, if you watch the Pix 11 news at 10 o'clock, I will be on. Greg Mocker interviewed me and Danielle Mastrian and Adam Realman and a couple other people who represent the community down here. And I, for one, actually do live here now. I'm not, I'm originally from Bay Ridge, which is not that far. But is anyone I know that I know from Coney? No, that's the thing. So, Autumn Alluring, here's the thing. So a lot, the last community meeting that we had last Wednesday, 3 busloads of people were literally bust in to the neighborhood to create chaos at the community board meeting. And then promptly at 8:30, they all left. And the people who were left at the meeting were all against the museum. Yes, John Lord, Dick Ziggin is for the development. I'm going to be honest, John. I think Dick Ziggin, when it comes to this casino project, is a bit misguided because he's only seeing the potential of people that are going to come down here. Again, people who go to a casino don't exactly people who go to a casino don't necessarily go to other amusements around it. So, I find it disturbing too, John, and I've had many discussions with Dick about it. But we won't go into that right now because he's not here to defend himself. So, but you know what? Run. Not migrants, right? No, not migrants. No. It's development more than, Brooklyn Choice, it is more than a casino because it's a casino, it's a hotel, and it's a convention space. So, I know, yeah, Mark, it does make me sad. There are a couple of people that are for the project who I really admire because of their contributions to the neighborhood, Dick Ziggin being one of them. And, again, they're not looking at the bigger picture of what a casino may bring or may not bring. Good to see you there, Lornu. Welcome. I don't think it's going to go through, but you know what, Lornu? That's just why we have to get together and fight the proposal. There will be a replay. Yes, the video is going to be available here on YouTube, RoboJax, probably by tonight or tomorrow morning. The Pix 11 will have the clip up on their YouTube channel. So good to see you, Amy Lynn. Welcome. Sierra Savannah. Welcome. So it will bring more people to Coney. Money is again, you're talking about the semantics of this. what kind of money are you bringing? You're bringing in money into a casino. So are these people actually bringing money into the community? Most likely not. And there are a lot of studies that prove that casinos do not necessarily distribute wealth throughout a community that it inhabits. Probably one of the more depressing things that I saw when I was visiting Niagara Falls was how everybody was inside the casino in Niagara Falls and not necessarily in the community and shops and restaurants that were around the casino. So, you know, all the people were inside of the gambling barn. They weren't exactly inside of the, or they weren't in the area around. And have you ever been to Resorts World? Yeah, I have seen the gambling barn in Queens. It's quite depressing. And again, that was built at the old aqueduct. So that's kind of a different scenario to what you have here in Coney Island. And you cannot compare the two. Right? You know what I'm talking about, right, Photos? Coney Island will need congestion pricing? Probably not, but yeah. But it is it's the scope of the project which is not good. It's the scope of it. And yeah, a lot of people are addicted to gambling, and to bring one of those vices here to Coney Island would not be exactly the best thing to do. The sun has gone behind the clouds, people. The sun has gone behind the clouds, and it is getting stupid cold out here now. It's probably like 15 degrees out here right now. It is cold, man. It is cold, but let's do it, everyone. Down goes the sun. Down goes the sun. Down for another day. Central Time Zone. You guys are up next. But down goes the sun. Down behind she goes. Down she goes. So yeah, I'm going to show you again, Brooklyn Joys. Hold on a minute. Let's go back. So if the proposal is right here, it will take up the whole skyline right here. So let's look at that rendering again from the ocean side here. And as you see, it would be right here. It will literally take up the whole thing right here. It will take up the whole thing. So this whole vista will be filled with building right here. I'm not going to stay out too long. No, I'm going to head back in, Jennifer. It's really hot. I mean, it's really cold out here. I wish it was hot. But this is how big the development is. A 16-story tall building, a 20-story building, and a 40-story building. Exactly. When they move the dollars they spend in local stores, they move stores in with them, hurting local business. Exactly. Good to see you there, no casino in Coney Island. They're literally going to cut off the access to the beach, run. If you're walking along Surf Avenue, you're going to have a wall of buildings. And now, mind you, if these three massive buildings with their sky bridges are all built, you have a massive wall that's going to take away the sunlight. You will have Surf Avenue perpetually in shadow if this gets built at the scale. You know, autumn alluring, you know, the last community board meeting was so disruptive. I don't think a venue wanted us. And I think this time around, a lot more people would come out against the casino project. But it's not a good idea. I'm telling you, it's not a good idea. They want to destroy the amusement district. You build something on that scale in the middle of the amusement district, you will destroy the amusement district. So where's the train station on this rendering? It's at the top. It's at the bottom. This rendering here, the train station is at the bottom. You're looking at it from Stillwell Avenue here. It's massive. Had a great time at a community board meeting. The casino guys thought they were going to put on a show. Exactly. And then the community put on the real show. The community put on the real show. And I give everyone who came out to that first community board meeting last Wednesday, I give you guys a lot of credit. I was really sick last week, so which I'm just getting over now. And believe me, if I would have known they were going to bring 3 busloads of people in there, I would have been all over that. I would have loved to live stream all these people getting out of the bus and filling up the Coney Island Y, which, by the way, many of those people did not even speak. They just went there to yell and cause a ruckus at the meeting, disrupt the meeting, make it basically impossible for anyone who was watching on the Zoom to hear anything. The fact that these people talked over Dino Vuderis, and he was very eloquent with his words, and I have to say, between Dino Vuderis, everybody from the Coney Island Sideshow, other members of the community speaking out against the museum, everyone was very, their words. Not so much from the people for the casino. The people for the casino were very rude, very disrespectful to some of the sideshow performers who spoke out against the museum. And yeah, it's the reason why we're probably only having a virtual meeting instead of a actual in-person meeting. Fawn Marie, good to see you. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, what was funny was that you could picture those sideshow people trying to defend this. They're not defending this. None of the sideshow people are defending this. Because our museum, again, will show the rendering. The casino will completely dwarf the museum and sideshow building. This is the view from West 12th Street and Surf Avenue. That will completely dominate that corner. So none of the sideshow performers want this. Believe me, they don't. But they weren't taken serious. No, people were talking down to them and everything. Some of the people were very, very, very rude. And where are they now? Where are they in those Facebook comments? That's what I want to know. Where are they now? Yeah, but sign the petition, everybody. Sign that petition and say no to a massive convention hotel and casino space here. The rents will skyrocket, Roger Smith. The rents will completely blow. Oh my God, is that Max? What's going on, Max? Look, it's Max, everybody. Good to see you. Hello, replay viewers. Getting some exercise in?
Yeah, trying to see. It's a nice sunset.
We had a nice sunset. Now behind clouds. Stay warm, Max. It's Max, everybody. Yay! All right, I'm getting close to the train because it's freezing out here. I'm cold, people. But I think we have said our piece as the winds pick up, and the winds are really picking up. Winds are picking up, and I think it's time to head in, right? Is the sun going to even try to come out? The sun actually might come out from underneath the clouds here. Let's see. We might get a double sunset here, guys. We might get a double sunset. So again, I'm going to try to live stream the Zoom meeting, so we have a copy of it. Got to go listen and talk. Yeah, exactly. We're not animals. We're frustrated, but we got to go to these meetings with a level head, so we can accomplish things. Exactly. So yeah, is it only really up to Councilman Justin Brennan? Oh boy, yeah, right. Justin Brennan's office, everybody. Right to Justin Brennan's office. I'll see you later, Jennifer. Let's see if the sun comes back out. So Brennan, oh, okay, so Brennan has to approve the demapping. Oh, okay, so yeah. Oh, I hope oh boy, so, woo. Can't even zoom in. So it's really up to Justin Brennan whether we get the demapping here. Roger Smith, 79 degrees in Fort Lauderdale, nice. Enjoy it. It feels like 15 degrees here in New York at the moment. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? This is what we're trying to save, the integrity of a neighborhood. Oh, okay, so traditionally it's city councilman. Okay. So, and Coney Island's Justin Brennan. Oh, okay. So please feel free to reach out to Justin Brennan, everybody. Yeah, right, Autumn Alluring? Did you see that, Autumn Alluring? Yeah, I mean, foreigners could. I think all you guys could email Justin Brennan. I think all of you guys could email him, and you know what you want to say is that you want to protect the, protect the integrity of a neighborhood. Look what we're doing here. Wow, a lot of people tuning out all of a sudden. Since everyone's tuning out, might as well just end it. Isn't that beautiful, Janine? Isn't that beautiful? We have a little bit of a glow. Yeah, unfortunately, name calling and bullying is the norm now, unfortunately. That is true. That is true. Deb's still here. Appreciate that, Deb. And let's see, did we even break 100 likes? Oh, we 170. Okay, can we get to 200 likes? Let's get to 200 likes before I make it back to the train here. And then I'll bring this live stream in for a landing. I think I'll get yet another coffee. I'll get another hot coffee. Your Wi-Fi stopped working for a minute. Oh, there it is. Ask JB at council@nyc.gov. Give him a... What would be the name of the casino? It would be called the Coney. The Coney. Simply the Coney. Good to see you, E-Bike Mike. Welcome. But it should be the phony. Ain't that the truth? Let's walk down Stillwell Avenue here. This is Stillwell Avenue here. This is where they filmed the Warriors come out and play scene. It was literally filmed right here. You'll definitely be tuning in on the Zoom meeting tonight, Adrian. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Fucking hell, it got cold, man. It got fucking cold. I see you later, Max. Get inside. It's cold out here.
No, I'm normally watching from home.
I'll see you later, Max. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, Brooklyn Joyce. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool, Hugh? Get Frank Rizzo to call. Hello? You lost your shirt at the Coney. There you go, Marion. The Zoom meeting's at 7 o'clock. I'm going to attempt to restream it on this YouTube channel, so stay tuned. But I'm going to attempt to restream it. And I did submit some comments, and I basically focus, as I say, this has been my mantra all day today, to protect the integrity and character of a community. And that is what we are meant to keep and preserve. And that's what Coney needs. Coney deserves that. There's so much history here. You know, even though a lot of history does not exist anymore, there is a lot of history in the sand here. But we have an off-topic comment here. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Chaz Palminteri now. I could care less about Chaz Palminteri. I saw that video. We're not going to go into that. Anyway, yeah, integrity and character and history. This is what we need to preserve for Coney Island. I mean, imagine leaving the beach, right? We're leaving the beach right now, let's say, right? Which is what we're doing right now. And imagine right now, we're about to walk underneath a massive 4-story sky bridge. Right here would be a massive sky bridge. Let's get that. This is the Stillwell Avenue view here. Now we're looking from the opposite direction here. But we would basically be right underneath it. Right about here. But Bailey! Deb! With a, what do you got, Deb, there? Deb got a £3 super chat. Deb, thank you so much for the very generous £3 super chat. Thanks for joining today's £3 club. Much appreciated. The big £3 super chat. But you're more than welcome for the stream, Deb. Tomorrow we're going to have some regular fun. I'm going to try to borrow a bike tomorrow. And we're going to bike around the congestion zone in Manhattan tomorrow. But imagine standing right underneath a massive sky bridge. It would be right here. I was gonna go to the Dunkin' Donuts and say they wait inside, my love. But let's go. I got what I won. I won the game. I won the gambling game. You can't even, right, Brooklyn Joyce? Me neither. It is freezing out here. It has gotten really cold in the last couple of hours. But signed the petition. I appreciate everyone who has signed the petition. And I appreciate everyone who has left their remarks against the casino here. If you're for the casino, I don't know what to say. Yes, the Duchess is with me now, so that means it's time for me to go because we got to warm up. It's freezing out here. So guys, I appreciate everyone's positive words. It was a short one today, but hopefully an informative one today. I want to thank everybody who super chatted today, and I want to thank everyone who supports the channel as a channel member, subscriber, and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for all your support. But from Stillwell Avenue, here in Coney Island, this is Dutch Moz signing off. Have a fabulous Coney Island day, whether you can afford to live here or not. Hug your loved ones, cherish those sweet moments, and stay warm, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. Stay warm, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.